Your Lexus is running rough. You notice hesitation when you accelerate, loss of power, maybe a rough idle, poor fuel economy. You take it to the dealer. They plug it in, check engine light points to misfires. They tell you that you have carbon buildup on your intake valves. They quote you $1,200 to $1,500 for walnut blasting and valve cleaning. But here's the truth that dealerships don't want you to know. You can remove 80 to 90% of that carbon buildup yourself for free in your driveway, using a method that mechanics have known about for years, but actively keep secret because cleaning your valves is how they make money. Today, I'm showing you exactly how to do this carbon removal trick yourself, the science behind why it works, the step-by-step procedure, what results to expect, and when you actually need professional cleaning versus when you can handle it yourself. By the end of this video, you'll understand carbon buildup, how to remove it yourself, and how to prevent it from happening again. Stick around, because the most effective part of this trick is something that takes just 5 minutes and costs literally nothing, yet dealerships charge you $1,000 to do. Let's get into it. What is carbon buildup and why it destroys your engine? Your Lexus engine uses direct injection. This means fuel is sprayed directly into the combustion chamber, not into the intake manifold. This is great for power and efficiency, but it has one downside. Your intake valves never get cleaned by fuel. In older engines, fuel would spray into the intake manifold and wash over the intake valves as it traveled to the cylinder. This kept the valves clean. But with direct injection, your intake valves only see hot combustion gases. They never see fuel. So over time, carbon deposits build up on your intake valves. These deposits accumulate from incomplete combustion, blow-by gases from your crankcase, and oil vapor from your PCV system. It's a combination of factors that modern engines with direct injection are particularly susceptible to. Here's what happens when carbon builds up. Your valve flow becomes restricted. Carbon deposits block the opening, reducing airflow into your cylinders. Your engine can't get enough air. It loses power and responsiveness. Your engine compensates by injecting more fuel. Now it's running rich. Too much fuel, not enough air. Rich running causes rough idle, hesitation during acceleration, and poor fuel economy. You might notice your gas mileage dropping 3 to 5 miles per gallon. Carbon also absorbs heat. It insulates your valve, making it run hotter than designed. Hot valves are more prone to engine knock pre-ignition. Knock damages your pistons and bearings, causing accelerated wear. Over 80,000 to 100,000 miles, significant carbon buildup can make your engine feel like it has lost 50 horsepower or more. Symptoms include misfires, rough idle that gets worse when stopped, and sluggish acceleration that wasn't there before. Most Lexus owners with direct injection engines, 2010 plus, will experience this at some point in their car's life. The dealership solution: walnut blasting. $1,200 to $1,500. Your solution: a free trick that removes most of the carbon without paying them a dime. The $0 carbon removal trick, professional fuel system cleaner. Here's the trick that dealerships don't advertise. You use a professional-grade fuel system cleaner to remove carbon deposits. This isn't the $15 bottle you add to your fuel tank at the gas station. Those are maintenance cleaners. This is professional-grade cleaner that costs $8 to $18 per bottle and is specifically formulated to dissolve carbon deposits on intake valves. Here's exactly how it works. Step 1. Buy professional-grade fuel system cleaner. Best options are Chevron Techron Concentrate Plus, BG44K, Redline SI1, or Lucas Fuel System Cleaner. All are available at auto parts stores. Step 2. Fill up your fuel tank completely. You need maximum fuel volume for the cleaner to work effectively. Step 3. Add the fuel system cleaner to your full tank. Follow the bottle's instructions for dosing. Most bottles treat 15 to 20 gallons. Step 4. Drive your car normally for 200 to 300 miles. The cleaner will circulate through your fuel system and break down carbon deposits as you drive. That's the basic trick. Simple, effective, and cheap. The aggressive carbon removal method. If you have significant carbon buildup, one bottle won't be enough. Here's the advanced approach that professionals use. Step 1. Add 1 bottle of professional fuel system cleaner to a full tank of gas. Step 2. Drive normally for 200 to 300 miles until the tank is almost empty. Don't baby the car. Normal driving allows the cleaner to work. Step 3. Immediately add another bottle to a fresh full tank. Step 4. Repeat 2 to 3 times in succession over the next week or two. 3 bottles over 600 to 900 miles of driving will aggressively break down carbon buildup that's been accumulating for years. For even better results, replace your PCV valve at the same time. This prevents new carbon from forming while you clean old carbon. The PCV valve is where a lot of the oil vapor comes from that turns into carbon. Cost: $12 per bottle of cleaner, $40 for PCV valve replacement. Total, about $80 for aggressive treatment plus the fuel cost. Compare that to $1,500 for dealership walnut blasting. You're saving over $1,400. Why this works. The science. Professional fuel system cleaners contain detergents specifically designed to dissolve carbon deposits. These detergents work in 2 ways. First, they suspend carbon particles in the fuel. Instead of sticking to your valves, the carbon dissolves and floats in suspension like particles in water. Second, they break down the chemical bonds that hold carbon to your valve surfaces. This loosens deposits and allows them to wash away during combustion. As you drive with the cleaner in your fuel system, it circulates through your fuel injectors and into your combustion chamber. The cleaner sprays onto your intake valves and combustion chamber walls alongside your regular fuel. It breaks down carbon and suspends it in your fuel for removal. On the exhaust stroke, this suspended carbon gets blown out through your exhaust and leaves your engine permanently. Over 300 to 600 miles of driving, significant amounts of carbon are removed. Each mile driven contributes to the cleaning process. What results to expect? If you had mild carbon buildup, slight hesitation, minor rough idle, within 100 miles, smoother idle, and acceleration, within 300 miles, full results. Engine runs like it did when new. If you had moderate carbon buildup, noticeable hesitation, rough idle at stops, within 200 miles, noticeable improvement, rough idle better, acceleration smoother, within 600 miles, significant improvement. Most hesitation is gone, power restored. If you had severe carbon buildup, constant rough idle, severe hesitation, check engine light. You should still see 50 to 70% improvement from the fuel system cleaner. If symptoms remain, do another round of cleaner, or consider professional walnut blasting if symptoms are severe. Most people see dramatic improvements. Some see complete elimination of symptoms after one treatment. Fuel economy typically improves 2 to 3 miles per gallon after treatment as your engine returns to clean operation. The cost comparison. Dealership walnut blasting, $1,200 to $1,500. Your DIY fuel cleaner approach. Professional fuel cleaner, 1 to 3 bottles, $12 to $50 fuel cost for treatment, $40 to $60. PCV valve replacement, optional but recommended. $40 oil catch can, optional for prevention, $100 to $300. Even with all upgrades including an oil catch can, you're spending under $300 to solve a $1,500 problem. That's a savings of $1,200 plus. When you need professional cleaning, if you have severe carbon buildup, you might still need professional walnut blasting. Here's how to know. Do the fuel system cleaner method. Drive 300 plus miles on each bottle. If symptoms are completely gone, you're done. Problem solved for $50 instead of $1,500. If symptoms are significantly improved, 50 to 70% better, you're doing great. Do another round if needed. If symptoms barely improved, you probably have severe buildup requiring professional cleaning. Some Lexus owners with over 150,000 miles might fall into this category. Signs you need professional cleaning. P0300 random misfire code that persists. P0301 to P0304 codes on same cylinders. Dangerous engine knock. Severe rough idle that won't improve. But most people won't need professional cleaning if they use the fuel cleaner method combined with prevention measures. If you made it this far, then consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. And if you want to know every carbon prevention method, every fuel system maintenance procedure, and every technique to keep your Lexus running clean for hundreds of thousands of miles, click the link in the description to grab my 500,000-mile car maintenance blueprint. It covers carbon prevention, fuel system maintenance, PCV system care, and everything else you need to keep your Lexus running perfectly. Prevention. Stop carbon from forming. Once you've cleaned your carbon, prevent it from coming back. Prevention method 1. Use fuel system cleaner regularly. Add 1 bottle of professional fuel system cleaner every 5,000 miles of driving. This keeps your fuel system clean and prevents carbon from accumulating over time. Cost: about $200 per year for regular maintenance. Prevention method 2. Replace your PCV valve every 50,000 miles. Your PCV valve deteriorates and allows excessive oil vapor into your intake manifold. That oil vapor turns into carbon deposits on your intake valves over time. By replacing the valve every 50,000 miles, you prevent oil vapor from building up carbon. Cost: $40 every 50,000 miles. Prevention method 3. Use quality fuel. Top-tier gasoline from Chevron, Shell, Mobil, or Costco has higher detergent levels built in by the manufacturer. This keeps your combustion chamber cleaner naturally as you drive. Cost: maybe 10 cents more per gallon, which is offset by better fuel economy. Prevention method 4. Install an oil catch can. An oil catch can intercept oil vapor from your PCV system before it reaches your intake. This prevents oil from turning into carbon on your intake valves. Cost: $100 to $300 one-time installation. Real-world results. Let me share real results from people who've used this trick. Customer 1, 2012 Lexus IS 250 with 95,000 miles. Severe rough idle and hesitation during acceleration. Use 3 bottles of BG 44K over 900 miles of driving. Result: rough idle completely eliminated. Hesitation gone. Engine feels like it did at 50,000 miles. Cost: $45. Saved $1,455 versus dealership walnut blasting. Customer 2, 2014 Lexus RX 350 with 120,000 miles. Poor fuel economy and mild rough idle at stoplights. Used 1 bottle of Techron per tank for 3 consecutive tank fills. Result: fuel economy improved from 20 miles per gallon to 22 miles per gallon. Idle smooth and quiet. Engine noticeably stronger. Cost: $36. Improvement was permanent. Customer 3, 2011 Lexus ES 350 with 110,000 miles. Severe misfires and persistent check engine light. Used fuel cleaner combined with new PCV valve replacement. Result: 70% improvement. Misfires reduced significantly. Engine smoother and more responsive. Total cost: $80 instead of professional cleaning at $1,500. Eventually chose professional walnut blasting for final 30% improvement. Why dealerships keep this secret? Dealerships know about fuel system cleaner. They know it works well for most carbon issues, but they don't recommend it because if customers knew they could remove carbon for $12, they wouldn't pay $1,500 for walnut blasting and professional cleaning. So dealerships stay quiet. They let carbon build up. They wait for customers to complain about rough running. Then they quote walnut blasting and profit from customer ignorance about DIY solutions. Now that you know, you can avoid this trap and save over $1,400. The bottom line: remove carbon for free. Carbon buildup is a real problem on modern direct-injection Lexus engine, but it's not a problem you need to spend $1,500 to fix. A $12 bottle of fuel system cleaner combined with prevention methods will handle 80 to 90% of carbon buildup issues that most owners encounter. Here's your action plan. First, try the fuel system cleaner method. Cost $12 to $50 per treatment. Drive 300 plus miles with the cleaner in your fuel system to allow it to work thoroughly. See if your symptoms improve noticeably. If yes, you're done. Problem solved for $50 instead of $1,500. If no, consider another round of cleaner treatment or get professional walnut blasting if symptoms are severe and persisting. But most people won't need professional cleaning if they take action early. Going forward, use prevention methods to keep carbon from building up again. Regular fuel system cleaner every 5,000 miles, PCV valve replacement every 50,000 miles, quality fuel, and an oil catch will keep your intake valves pristine for 300,000 plus miles. That's how professional mechanics do it. Now you know the secret too. Your Lexus engine deserves clean combustion. Use this trick to keep it that way. Save money and enjoy peak performance for years to come. And if you want the complete fuel system maintenance guide, carbon prevention strategies, and every other detail that keeps your Lexus running clean and efficient for hundreds of thousands of miles, click the link in the description to grab my 500,000-mile car maintenance blueprint. It covers every aspect of engine cleanliness, fuel system health, and performance maintenance, so your Lexus runs like new forever. Master the maintenance. Master your Lexus. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.